guys, happy Wednesday to everybody. So this is going to be my 2-month or 8-week post-op check-in for my mommy makeover. But before we get to that, yes, I did get a haircut. I did not do my hair today, mostly just because normally when I get my hair cut, it takes me a week or two to learn how to work with it again and to really love it. So this will be the style probably for the next couple of weeks, and then I'll figure out something fun to do with it. Also, you may notice that my face is a completely different color from my body. That is because I am trying a BB cream today that really doesn't match my skin, but I still want to test like the wear of it because I'm going to do a review on it, and it's the Dr. Jart Black Label Detox Beauty Balm. So it's just this little guy. So I'm fully aware that my face doesn't match my body. So not many people that normally watch my videos would make a comment about that, but people who maybe don't normally watch. So I'm aware. I'm just testing it out. Okay, let's move on to the update. So I didn't do an update last week just because there wasn't much difference from week 6. So I decided to skip week 7. And here we are in week 8, which is 2 months post-op, which is crazy. I can't believe that it's been 2 months since my surgery. It happened on the morning of December 11th, and I feel so great, you guys. I honestly, don't even feel like I ever had surgery. I look in the mirror and I see how different my body looks, and it's phenomenal. I'm so happy with the way that I look. I see the scars, but I just don't feel like I've had anything done. I have no sensitivity anywhere. The only time where I still sort of feel like something happened is when I sneeze. It's still pretty painful to sneeze. It does feel like I'm getting shanked in the stomach. It really does feel like a stabbing type of sensation, and that's a little bit rough. So I hate sneezing, and unfortunately I've had several sneeze attacks in the last couple of weeks, so that kind of sucks. But other than that, the incisions don't hurt. They're not uncomfortable. I don't feel them unless I'm looking in the mirror right after I get out of the shower. I don't even realize that they're there. If I happen to brush up against my abdominal incision, I can sort of feel that because it's a little bit raised in some areas, and I mean it's scar tissue, so it's going to take a while to sort of break down and flatten out. But I mean, I'm basically back to normal. At this point, I am lifting Stella, not for an extended period of time, but I do lift her out of her crib. I lift her into the car seat. If she falls, I'll pick her up and hold her. But I don't carry her around. I'm certainly not overdoing it in any kind of way, but it doesn't hurt me to pick her up just for 10 seconds and give her a hug, So I'm still very careful with lifting heavy things. I actually had my first wedding back this past Saturday, and it went so well. I wore a pretty tight compression girdle that I just purchased from TJ Maxx for $12.99. I think it's from the Flexies brand. And that definitely helped with any swelling because I was on my feet pretty much all day long, starting early in the morning. I had some floral stuff to finish up in the garage, and then I went straight from doing that to the venue and finishing flowers on site and stuff like that. So, and then we didn't get out of there until about 10 o'clock at night. So it was a long day for me, but I was really surprised at how minimal the swelling was. Now in the last couple of days, I've been a little bit lazy about putting my girdle on, and so I'm actually a little bit more swollen today than I have been in previous weeks, just because, like I said, I've been lazy about putting it on. It's really hard to go pee when you have to pull a girdle down. And when I'm wearing my Spanx or one of those, TJ Maxx Flexies girdles that I bought, I mean, it is like a chore to get that stuff down and then back up. I'm not one of those people that can just wear my Spanx without underwear. I can't do it. I know they're designed to be worn without underwear, but I don't know. Freaks me out. I just don't like it. So, it's just kind of a pain in the butt, especially since, I'm trying to drink more water, so it makes me pee more often. It's just irritating. But I am, after I'm done with this video, going to put the girdle back on, and from here on out, for the next few months, I'm going to continue wearing it because I do think it makes a difference with the swelling. Most of my swelling is still along my lower incision line, also in my flanks where I had some liposuction done. I can still feel some fluid in there. So that will go away with time. I'm not really worried about it. My clothes still fit me 85,000 times better than they ever did before. So even if that swelling sticks around for the next year, I'm still happy as a clam. So it's just such a difference from before. I will, of course, link my playlist for all of the Mommy Makeover stuff down below. And I will also specifically link the video where you can see my before shots of my body. It's sort of, I think, somewhere in the halfway point of that video, because I also do a little bit of vlogging about some other stuff beforehand. My reasons behind doing this, blah, blah, blah. I always feel like I need to do that in every video because I do sometimes get nasty comments and I just delete them. But, you know, I did this because I thought it was a good thing for me to do for myself, and I thought it would make me happy, and it did. So that's why I did it. And again, I didn't go into debt doing this surgery. We had the money for it. So, what else? I did notice, so my breasts, I had a reduction, not implants. My breasts are starting to drop a little bit and they look a lot more natural now. Like they're really starting to take on like a more natural shape. Whereas before they were just like up very high and they looked fake. Not that I mind that look necessarily. It's kind of fun sometimes, but you know, I think for me, for my lifestyle, having a more natural looking chest is like really what I was after. I am wearing bras every single day. Doesn't rub against my incision. I do wear underwire. Because of the way that my incision is placed, it's actually nowhere near the underwire. The underwire sits on my chest and my anchor incision. The bottom part of the anchor, sort of the U shape, is actually kind of high up on like the underside of my boob. So the underwire doesn't actually ever have any contact with that. So that may not be the case for you. It just depends on how your surgeon places the incision. So I can't guarantee that at the 2-month mark, if you have a breast reduction, that you would be able to wear underwire bras. So that's just really going to depend on what your surgeon does. I was really happy with the way that my surgeon did it because my boobs just look amazing. They're very supported. I can definitely tell she sort of did that like internal like lift and like, it's almost like an internal bra because my boobs just, like I'm wearing a bra today, but I could totally not. And my boobs would just be right where they are right now, even with the bra. So that's really nice. It's going to be awesome this summer when I can wear a strapless dress and not even like think twice about it. That's amazing. Speaking of wearing a dress, I wore a dress for the first time to the wedding on Saturday. And it was the first time ever that I have worn a dress where it has like an umpire waist and sort of a V neckline. And I didn't look like a slut bag. I actually posted a photo on Instagram because I was like, oh my God, look at this. Like I'm wearing this dress. I used to have to wear a cami underneath this dress because my cleavage was so ridiculous. Now I can just wear the dress. I don't have to wear a cami underneath. And I didn't look like I was trying to like put my goods on display. I mean, it just felt so amazing. And I was like, this is like all that I've ever wanted, like my entire life, you know, like I've never wanted people to look at me and say, yeah, nice tits, you know, because like I would get that from women. Like, I think they thought I was like trying to put them out there, but really I just saw a nice dress that I wanted to wear, but it wasn't maybe the best fit for my boobs. So I'd get snotty looks from women, and then of course men were like, yeah, nice tits. So I never wanted that kind of attention. I just want to like blend in, and I totally blend in now. Nobody gave me a second look, and that was freaking amazing. Like nobody looked at my boobs, like no one, no drunk groomsmen, nothing. It was amazing, you guys. I'm so happy about that. I did have one little hiccup with one of the incision lines on my boobs. So it was my left breast. there was like a little blister that formed along the incision line. So there's like the anchor, the incision that went straight down. There was a blister that formed, and then that blister popped, and I basically had a little hole in my boob. Talk about freaking out, because I was like, well, great, now my boob's gonna fall off. Like, that was the first thing that like went through my head. Like, here I am finally with the boobs that I want, and my boobs are gonna fall off. So it turns out what it was I was popping a stitch. So your internal stitches, while most of them are dissolvable, some of them don't dissolve and your body rejects them. So they come through the skin. Now, most of the ones that I've had come through the skin, like they just sort of poke out and I can pull them. And, you know, it's just like maybe like a piece this long or even shorter. Sometimes it's just like a little tiny like. All right, I have no idea where the camera last cut me off. This is a completely different camera. Ran out of batteries, so quality's going to be a little bit different. But I think I was talking about like how I popped a stitch. So essentially the stitch like sort of worked itself to the surface. I think there was like a little bit of an infection. Got that little blister, that thing popped, had a little hole. I basically just cleaned it up with alcohol and left it alone, and within 2 days it was completely closed. So I called it a day. I mean, I have a little bit of a scar there now, but I think it's like a tiny scar. It's right on the incision line already, so I'm not too terribly upset about it. It could happen again, so who knows? It doesn't really bother me. It just kind of freaked me out at first because I didn't know what it was. After some Googling, it popped up that in all likelihood I was just popping a stitch. So that's really it though. I am, let's see, I'm working out every single day, or at least on an every other day kind of basis. I just walk on the treadmill that you guys see behind me. I am now up to being able to walk at 3.2 miles an hour. And the way that I'm doing this is really gradual. So I started at like 1.5 miles an hour at the 4-week mark. No, it wasn't 4 weeks. It was the 6-week mark. And so this is really kind of a slow, painful process because I don't want to overdo it. So I'm slowly every couple of days like upping it by like 0.1 miles an hour. So right now I'm up to 3.2. My goal is to get back up to walking between 4 and 4.5 miles an hour for an hour, also with incline. So that is my preferred form of exercise. I'm not a runner. I will never run. I don't like Zumba. I don't like doing like workout DVDs. Like, I really actually hate to exercise, but I know I need to do it. I get a really good cardio workout from walking, you know, and using the incline and different speeds, you know, I'm able to get some fat burning going. And then I'm not going to start lifting any weights until probably month 3, just because I don't want to purposely like compromise my muscle repair in my stomach. Like I said, you know, I'm lifting Stella and stuff like that, but it's not for an extended period of time, and I'm still trying to watch like what I lift and how heavy it is. So for example, at the wedding, my business partner had to do all of the heavy lifting. Sorry, Kim. But you know, so I'm still trying to watch stuff like that, but come month 3 I'll be able to start doing weights like for my arms and toning my legs and, you know, like squats and stuff like that. So I'm not incorporating that stuff quite yet. I'm still sort of trying to get up to where I was cardio wise first, and then all of the other stuff will follow. I still want to lose about 10 or 15 more pounds. My legs definitely need some toning, and there's certainly some fat that could be lost from my thighs and my ass. So I'm not stressed about when that's going to happen. I would rather have it happen slowly so that it's a more permanent change. So yeah, working out's going good. What else? I think that might be it. Okay, I'll go ahead and show you guys my body at this point. So I'm going to stand up and show you guys what everything looks like at this point in time. Okay, so You can see with clothing, so this is, this adds a little bit of bulk. These are like fold over, like yoga type pants. So you can see that my stomach it's nice and flat. I do have swelling up here and along the incision line today, but it's not terrible, and also along my flanks. So there you go. This is what it just sort of looks like when I pull my shirt up. You can see my belly button. I just have sort of a purple ring around it, and that's just the healing. I still can't feel anything right here. It just feels weird, slash like nothing. I can tell that I'm touching myself, but it doesn't feel real, if that makes sense. So here's the incision. So again, starts right here. It's always kind of bright right here, so I don't know if you can really tell where it starts, but it's right here. And then it comes across to right here. So it runs this entire length. It does sort of dip down here. The flattest part of my scar is right here. There are some areas where it's a little bumpier than others. This is a stretch mark that I got during the surgery when she pulled everything down. So she cut everything right below my belly button, and this is all skin that used to be up here essentially. So anything that was up here got pulled down to here, and then obviously it was sewn together. All of my muscles going down the middle were pulled to the center and essentially like sewn together, so that they are now in the process of healing, like basically just growing back together. I had diastasis recti, so my stomach muscles actually went like this. And so she took them and just moved them all to the middle, sewed them up. I did get, where's my other stretch mark? Sorry, I'm trying to look in the mirror so that I can show you guys. Oh, this was another stretch mark that I received when she pulled everything down. Again, not a big deal. It'll fade really nicely to skin tone. So, I mean, I have stretch marks right here. I'm sure you can tell by the texture of the skin, but, you know, they're totally skin tone. So, again, here's that little bit of like swelling right here. It's not bad, but I can tell there's fluid in there. Same over here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously, I'm not going to show you guys my, well, can I? No, it's really high up. But my boobs, they're great. Like I said, they just live here. This is their new hangout place. I'm happy with them. They are probably still, they are a little bit bigger than I wanted them to be, but what are you going to do? Maybe they'll shrink. I'm sure they're still a little bit swollen, but, you know, they're still very proportionate. So anyway, there you guys go. That is my 2-month update. At this point, I'm only going to do monthly updates, so look for those at my every month anniversary. And I will do them up until the year point, and then I'll sort of do like a finale video, and then my journey will be complete. So as always, thank you guys so much for your support during this whole process. I really appreciate all of your kind words. And to those of you who are having this surgery done in the near future, I know several of you have contacted me on Instagram and through my videos here saying that you're having the surgery in the next month or two, and I'm incredibly excited for you. It's, you know, it's not a pain-free process. I can't promise you that, but it is definitely worth it in the long run. So good luck to you, and as always, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.